20 tiny titans. Welcome to Miniature Mondays. Number 20, Barbados threadsnake. As you might expect, this animal hails from Barbados in the Caribbean islands. Because it's about as thick as a noodle of spaghetti, however, some have suggested its name be changed to spaghetti snake. It reaches a length of around 4 inches and can easily coil itself around the width of a quarter. What do you think, thread snake or spaghetti snake? Or is it even worth getting all twisted up about? Number 19, Virgin Islands dwarf gecko. Of all the known terrestrial vertebrates, this dwarf gecko is the second smallest. It's got an even more impressive title. It's the smallest of all lizards. To give you an idea, this animal can place its entire body on one thin dime. Let's see that famous car insurance gecko do that. Number 18, speckled PADLOPER tortoise. We all think of the tortoise as huge and lumbering, right? Well, this little guy is an actual tortoise, but only grows to around 4 inches and weighs about 5 ounces. They live in arid climates, and the diet consists mainly of leafy plants. Number 17, the least weasel. Ever wonder what the tiniest true carnivore in the world looks like? Want to know more? This weasel weighs less than 2 ounces, but don't mistake it for a lightweight. It's known as a clever hunter and is an absolute terror when it comes to taking out the small rodent population. They tend to have a Napoleon complex that makes them more aggressive and ferocious than their small stature might suggest. Then again, maybe the name makes them angry, you know? I mean, least weasel, really? Number 16, krill. These small zooplankton invertebrates often move in massive swarms, sometimes becoming so dense they can cause the ocean surface to turn pinkish red. There are 85 species of krill, the best known being the Antarctic krill. With around 300 million tons of krill in the Southern Ocean, they're one of the most abundant animal species in the world, and they play an important role as a food source for others. Number 15, pygmy seahorse. These little wonders have been found in Indonesia, Malaysia, southern Japan, northern Australia, and the Solomon Islands, among other locations. They prefer to stay camouflaged by coral reefs and are roughly the size of a human finger. But you might have a difficult time putting a saddle on this horse. Number 14, the PATU DIGUA spider. Found in Colombia, these are the smallest species of spider yet identified. How small are they? One male spider could pretty much fit on the head of a pin. It lives in the moss that grows in western Samoa, and we still have a lot to learn about it. Number 13, Brachysia microchameleon. From Nosihara in Madagascar, this is the smallest species of chameleon and can sit on the tip of a match head. Its minuscule size is due to insular dwarfism, a condition that reduces the size of large animals over several generations. The forests of Madagascar may not be a safe haven for this chameleon much longer, though. Illegal logging operations there threaten the animal with extinction. Number 12, Cypress fish. These are the world's smallest fish, discovered in the forest swamps of Sumatra only in the last decade. They grow to approximately 1/3 of an inch long. Number 11, Titan beetle. Found in South America, this is a creature that truly is a titan amongst insects. This monster can grow to 7 inches long, and its jaws are strong enough to snap a wooden pencil in two. And if that weren't bizarre enough, the insect emits a hissing-type warning before using those powerful choppers to bite would-be attackers. And did you know, their legs are so strong and their claws are so sharp, they can tear human and animal flesh. Luckily for us, they don't attack unless provoked. Number 10, Philippine Tarsier. One of the smallest known primates, it will measure approximately the size of an average human's hand and usually weighs less than 6 ounces. Its eyes can't move. To compensate, it can turn its head around almost 180 degrees. Thanks to specialized vertebrae it has evolved. And they definitely value their freedom. Tarsiers have actually been known to commit suicide while in captivity due to trauma, loud noise, and touching. Number 9. Bee Hummingbird. Small enough to land on the tip of a pencil eraser, this animal is native to Cuba. At about 2.5 inches long, it weighs about 1/15 of an ounce or less than a dime, and flaps its wings close to 200 times per second. Did you know the bee hummingbird also lays eggs about the size of coffee beans? Just don't try to grind them. Number 8. Royal antelope. That's a big name for such a small nocturnal animal, and as you might have guessed, this is the smallest antelope of all. Far removed in size from their larger cousins, the royal antelope weighs about 10 pounds and grows between 9 to 10 inches. Their home is in the dense forests of West Africa, and they're known to be quite shy. Who can blame them? Number 7. Pygmy marmoset monkey. Excluding the tail, they can grow to around 6 inches in size and weigh a little over 100 grams, earning them the title of world's smallest monkeys. Given their size, these creatures have a healthy lifespan, sometimes living 20 years in captivity. Found in the Amazon rainforest, they're also known in Brazil as pocket monkeys. Would you really want one in your pocket? Number 6. Pacific island crab. Also known as a Pacific mole crab, they're commonly found on sandy beaches. In the northern hemisphere, they inhabit the Pacific coast, from Alaska to Baja California. In the southern hemisphere, they can be found between Argentina and Ecuador. Interestingly, they always move backwards when swimming, crawling, or burrowing. While they are often eaten by sea otters and birds, sand crabs occasionally have the last laugh. The parasites ingested along with the crabs will sometimes kill the predator. Number 5. Etruscan shrew. If you're measuring by sheer mass, this shrew is the smallest mammal known, weighing in at a healthy 1.8 grams on average. With that weight and a body length of approximately 4 centimeters, these small creatures from Eurasia have a giant-sized appetite, which is due to their fast metabolism, with a heart rate over 1,500 beats per minute. Typically, the shrew can eat twice its body weight each and every day. And yeah, they do weigh less than 2 grams, but still, looks like there won't be any taming of this shrew. Number 4. KITTI'S hog-nosed bat. This creature is also known as a bumblebee bat and makes its home in Thailand. Even as an adult, it'll only be about an inch long with a 5-inch wingspan and weighs about as much as a quarter. Measured by skull size, this bat is recognized as the smallest mammal known to date. Number 3. Pygmy mouse lemur. These nocturnal animals are the world's smallest species of lemur, only 5 inches long and weighing 2 ounces. They were discovered in Madagascar in 1993 and enjoy living in decidedly deciduous forests. And before you ask, the answer is no. They don't run on batteries. Number 2. Monte Iberia eluth. A distant relative to the poison dart frog. This is the smallest frog identified in the northern hemisphere, about the size of a fingertip. Overall, it's the 3rd smallest frog in the world. This animal can produce muscle-paralyzing toxins in its skin, as well as a nasty odor, and its vivid colors and markings are there to let any potential predator know, back off, you don't want any of this. You can find it in Cuba. Just make sure to take along your microscope. Number 1. Musky caiman crocodile. This is the smallest species in the crocodile, caiman, and alligator family. It only grows to about 4 feet long, a far cry from the size of its cousins. But it's still a dangerous animal with razor-sharp teeth, and like any croc, it knows how to use them. See you next week on Miniature Mondays.